Hello and welcome back to A.I.W, Artificial Intelligence Wrestling. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Kronus.
New Year. Yeah, and to you.
Yeah. It's the 4th of January today. So we're fresh off the first ever 3-hour SmackDown. But we're not here to talk about SmackDown. We're here to talk about the Royal Rumble, and specifically what we're going to do on today's video is we are going to each do our best to book the worst possible Royal Rumble ever. So Kronus and myself, and we've got A.I Jeff to write his own as well, which is really odd, but we'll go with it. And that's basically it. So nice and straightforward today.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking my ideas were pretty rubbish, but then
that's the idea.
Yeah, it came around to that. So It is going to sound pretty awful, but it's meant to be. Yeah,
and then you can leave a comment of whose Royal Rumble you think is the worst, and give us a like and a subscribe while you're at it. Little red icon in the bottom right hand corner. Likes and comments help boost the algorithm thing. I think that's what I hear other people say.
So it's been claimed.
But should we get right into it? Kronus, do you want to do yours first?
Yeah, all right.
All right, then let's go. This is Kronus's worst Royal Rumble ever.
Okay, so we're getting the first 5 entrants done pretty quick because there's not a lot of fighting going on.
Okay.
It's Kenny, Johnny, Mitch, Nikki, and Mikey.
Spirit Squad.
Spirit Squad. In that order.
Okay. Amazing.
Once they all make it into the ring, they do one of those cheerleading dances.
Oh, yeah.
While they wait for the next entrant.
Good to see Dolph Ziggler back.
Yeah. Back as, I can't even remember which one he was.
I don't think it's Mickey. Yeah, Mikey or Nikki. I can't remember.
Kenny was Kenny Dykstra.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that. I don't know Johnny or Mitch.
No, I don't know the other ones. Only just the 2.
But yeah, so some memorable guys to start off with.
Oh, yeah.
But all 5 on the same team, so it's not really boding well for the rest of the Rumble.
No.
Which starts off with the Goon.
Oh, the
classic
Goon.
jobber.
The hockey guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skates into the ring with his hockey gear.
With his music.
Someone to check.
Yeah.
So he's in there, but obviously gets beaten down a lot by the Spirit Squad, but not eliminated yet.
Okay.
Because he's the Goon. I think he just fights.
Yeah.
That was his thing. But next, we've got Gilberg.
Oh, Gilberg.
Who sort of sprints in, does his little pose, and then sort of runs off again, claiming he's late for another event.
Yep.
So next, get Virgil come in, handing out business cards.
Virgil.
To the Squad.
A legend.
Yeah, the classic bodyguard.
Yep.
So he distracts them a bit for the Brooklyn Brawler and Barry Horowitz to enter. The next 2. Going for jobbers at the moment.
Yep.
So they're both in 2 classic old jobbers, Horowitz and Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah.
But they eliminate each other accidentally while arguing who should take the first over the top rope.
Okay. Who should be the best jobber?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So next we've got Fandango.
Legend.
Who arrives, tries to get the Spirit Squad to learn his dance. But before they can get down to it, they're interrupted by the Disco Inferno.
Oh, nice.
Classic draw.
Yeah. Very popular man on social media.
Yeah. With his disco ball comes down and the ring turns into a dance floor. Him, Fandango, and the cheerleader guys are in there, Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
Having a dance off.
God.
Well, Virgil and the Goon are still sort of in it.
I already want to turn it off. I already want to turn it off.
So yeah, I did tell you it would be pretty awful.
Yeah.
So next, we've got some slightly more modern jobbers. Heath Slater's enter next.
Yep.
Doing his air guitar, but the disco then shuts off and everyone beats him down.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've got Zack Ryder next.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really do much for anything. This is old school. Radio.
Yeah. Pink Zack Ryder.
Yeah. The one where he had like the one tight leg.
Yeah.
And the other was like pants.
That's it, yeah.
Strange. Next is it was him and Hawkins in the Edgeheads, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. Someone like that.
Yeah.
I get all these jobbers confused sometimes.
But next, it was Kurt Hawkins, who tries to tag up with Zack Ryder, but eventually gets distracted. And then we've got Scotty Goldman, who I did consult A.I. Jeff on this a little bit.
Yeah.
And he said it's Goldust's lesser-known brother.
Scotty Goldman. I don't know who Scotty Goldman is.
It was Colt Cabana's gimmick.
Oh,
when he was
right.
in
Okay.
WWE.
Yeah. Okay.
Just nondescript Jewish guy, number 3, pretty much.
Right.
So he then just joins the fray, doesn't do much of anything. But then we get to the big guys, which starts off with the Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie. Love it.
In his crop top and all.
Yeah.
Brings a bit of comedy, but soon gets lost in the chaos ongoing.
Blue hair and his mascara.
Yeah. And then we've got the Shockmaster, who, again, tries to redo his infamous entrance, but falls again.
Yeah.
On the way down to the ring, classically. Next after that, slightly smaller, is Beaver Cleavage.
Oh, yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, I do. I don't know how, but yeah. Beaver Cleavage, yeah.
Short-lived. Was it the same guy you didn't meet, or someone different?
It was Mosh, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Mosh from the Thrashers.
Yeah. You can see his face.
Meat was who was Meat? It was
Stasiak.
Yeah, Stasiak, that was it, yeah.
But yeah, no one really remembers who they are. They're just there for the nostalgia, really.
Yeah. The crowd's dead at this point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they've given up. But to shock, Rosie, from his superhero in training gimmick, flies in, or tries to, but gets his cape caught on the ropes and swiftly eliminated.
Big Rosie.
And then there's still a big amount of people in the ring. We've still got the Spirit Squad in there, along with just Virgil and the Goon.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno, Fandango.
So you got a solid 9 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Good roster there.
And this is when Naked Midian enters. And everyone sort of looks, but then swiftly looks away awkwardly, trying to look at anything other than him.
The best version of Midian.
Yep. And with Midian, got all this separated. He is in there for a little while, but does get eliminated when everyone sort of collectively decides they've seen enough. They don't need to see that anymore. So he gets chucked out. And next we've got Santino Marella with his Cobra ready. But it's more for comedy than combat in this situation. After that, another classic, I guess, racist gimmick. Kerwin White.
Oh, I don't know that one. You have to remind me.
Chavo Guerrero's golfer gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
And they were trying to make him as white as possible.
Oh, God, I'm glad I forgot that.
Yeah. So I ran out of jobbers and got into awful gimmicks.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
At one point. So continuing with the awful gimmicks, you got Simon Dean.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds Pictures' latest supplement for everyone in the ring.
I love Simon Dean. I thought he was brilliant.
He was, but in this rumble, he eventually ends up trying to flog his supplement to the fans over the rope, sort of leaning over, and someone just chucks him out.
Rookie mistake.
Yep. And then we've got Eugene.
Oh, God,
in
Eugene.
A gimmick that would definitely not make it today.
No, it's not aged well, has it?
No. I don't know if we're going to hell for laughing at it at the time.
No,
but...
and I want to say to our, if we've got any younger listeners who aren't familiar with many people in this Rumble, I do encourage you to go and watch the Eugene character from the early 2000s, because it is quite something, and it really puts into perspective how, I don't want to say bad, but how, I don't know, how easy it was to get away with this kind of stuff back in the day. It's really something.
Yeah, definitely. It's something. I think is the best way to describe it. And then we get another something, which is James Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Who sneaks in.
Man with 1,000 chins.
Yeah. Well, that also somehow looks like they're just one slope.
First Miss Money in the Bank.
Yep. But yeah, he's swiftly eliminated because he's shit.
Yep.
And after that, we get Mantor Mantar.
Yeah, Mantar, yeah. Oh, God.
But his costume severely restricts his movement,
Yep.
leading to more comedy than combat, but he's ducking and diving.
Yeah, I will have pictures up on the screen of these guys so you can see how terrible these wrestlers look.
And then we're getting close, the final three now.
All right.
So we've got Hornswoggle,
Yeah.
who runs in, causing chaos at ankle height. And then we've got Zach Gowan.
Oh, yeah.
Hops in on one leg, showing resilience.
Running away from Brock Lesnar.
So in the end, we've probably got rid of a few of the Spirit Squad by now.
Yeah.
In sort of non-eliminations. But my final sort of four, what seems to be the final four anyway, going to be Zach Gowan, Hornswoggle, Eugene, and Kenny Dykstra. So we're thinking this is the end.
Yeah.
Some music goes, no one comes down. It looks like no one comes down. But then randomly, people start just flying over the top rope, and it's just Zach Gowan left. And he thinks he's won, but then he's eliminated. And it turns out the 30th entrant was actually Little Jimmy, who's won the Royal Rumble.
Little Jimmy is the Rumble. Jimmy Mania is running wild. R-Truth will be happy at least.
Yeah, gets Little Jimmy a win.
There you go. Little Jimmy is the winner. That was fucking terrible in the best way possible. That was awful.
Yeah.
If you were gonna ask me to name 30 wrestlers I wouldn't want in the Rumble, I think most of them would be in that list.
Yeah, I think that's sort of where I started my thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what if we had a Rumble full of jobbers?
Yeah.
There weren't quite enough for the stupidest gimmicks I could go for.
Oh God. Okay, so that's Kronus's Rumble. I'm gonna do A.I Jeff's now. Because now A.I Jeff, bear in mind, this is AI. AI is probably not that advanced yet, so he may have got a bit confused here, but I'm just going to read word for word what he has put for his Rumble, okay?
All right, then.
So bear with me, guys, and bear with Jeff. He's not very good at this. So the bell rings, and the Great Khali is number one. Off to a flyer. He lumbers into the ring, moving as if in slow motion, and immediately just sits down, claiming he'll wrestle when someone worthy arrives. I assume he didn't say that in English.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I won't even try.
Number two is James Ellsworth. It's probably not the last you're going to see of James Ellsworth in this video. So he sneaks in. He attempts to be sneaky, but he ends up tripping over Khali's legs and flies over the top rope to a chorus of boos. Khali still just sat there motionless.
Is he like on a chair or?
No, he sat on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just sat on the floor. Number three is Vince McMahon, the glorious return. He gets in the ring and he yells at Khali for 90 seconds for not standing up. Number four is Ric Flair. Ric Flair comes in. Vince McMahon looks shocked. And Ric Flair, who is very old and not very agile, manages a lackluster slap on Vince McMahon, who just slowly walks towards the rope and falls over the top, eliminating. Ric Flair then starts to strut, but is out of breath immediately when R-Truth enters, thinking he's in a dance competition, and starts dancing around Ric Flair, struggling for breath. Khali is still motionless on the mat. Flair, who's confused, desperate for breath, basically walks towards the rope and just falls over. So he's eliminated. Next up is Simon Gotch, who looks for some action, but he gets caught up in R-Truth's dance and dances with him. They both dance and do-si-do and hand in hand until they fall over the ropes themselves in a clumsy heap. So we're back to just Khali sitting in the ring doing nothing. Next up is Victor from the Ascension. Remember them?
Yeah, they were actually really good in NXT.
They were very good in NXT, and then they were jobbers on the main roster.
Yeah.
So Victor enters the ring, and Khali stands up. Khali has found someone worthy. So Khali stands there, and Victor just punches Khali's chest for 90 seconds to no effect, while Khali just stares at him. Next in is Connor, his partner. The Ascension reunited. Connor does the exact same, and they're both just punching Carly with no effect while he stares at them. Until they both run out of energy and can't move their arms, and Carly just pushes them both over the top rope.
Doing the Homer Simpson.
Yeah, exactly. Next up is Curtis Axel. He comes in and he just walks around Carly looking angry and just walking around in a circle. And then Bo Dallas, the B team Bo Dallas, is back with Axel, reunited. Bo Dallas comes in. He stands behind Carly, and they kind of flank Carly. Curtis Axel runs towards Carly, who somehow gets out of the way, and Axel eliminates Dallas. Axel looks very sad.
Somehow Carly gets out of the way.
Yeah, I know.
No, he can't really move.
He can't move at all. Next up is Kurt Hawkins, eager to break his losing streak. He comes in, and he's just staring at the great Carly and Curtis Axel, just both standing there for 90 seconds, neither knowing what to do, until Heath Slater comes in and immediately throws Kurt Hawkins out. He celebrates incredibly, and he's crying that he eliminated somebody. And next up is Apollo Crews, who comes in, and while Heath Slater is crying, he gets eliminated by Apollo Crews. Crews tries to assert his dominance in the ring against Carly, but is completely ignored, and Carly is just motionless again, until Goldust comes in, who covers Apollo Crews in golden paint, making him slip and fall out of the ring in embarrassment. Goldust then starts doing his taunt and his famous moves to the crowd, and he slips on his own paint and does the exact same thing as Apollo Crews.
Right.
Next up is Fandango, who dances his way to the ring, as he always does. He gets in the ring dancing, also slips on Goldust paint, slides across the ring, hits the top rope, and falls over while Carly stands there motionless.
Starting to see a theme here.
But when he goes out, he falls right into the arms of Corporate Kane, who is stood there. Kane throws him back into the ring, only for Carly to catch him and throw him into the crowd. So Fandango's eliminated.
He's getting yeeted.
Kane is now in the Rumble, who tries to assert his corporate authority against Carly as they have a stare down. But next up, it's Santino Marella. He comes in and gets between the two giants attempting his Cobra move. However, it backfires as Kane chokeslams him over the top rope. Here comes Brodus Clay, or Tyrus, for those not familiar with his horrible WWE work.
Yeah.
He dances in front of Carly, who looks confused as ever. And then here comes Eugene. Eugene is back. Eugene comes in, trying to add chaos by trying to befriend everyone. He accidentally bumps into Brodus Clay while dancing, and Brodus Clay gets really angry, grabs him, throws him over the top rope, but Eugene was hanging on, pulling him over with him, so they're both eliminated. The buzzer goes off, and the next entrance comes out, but there's no one to be seen. Kane and Carly face each other, and no one comes out. The buzzer counts down for the next entrant. All of a sudden, Hornswoggle from under the ring gets in the ring and tries to attack Kane and Carly. The next entrant is Gilbert with his parody entrance, who comes in and spears Hornswoggle out of the ring.
Over the top rope.
He spears him and then just drops him out over the top rope.
Not just like one motion over the top rope.
While this is going on, Kane and Carly are just in the middle of the ring staring at each other, pretending nothing else exists. So Gilbert celebrates with his Goldberg taunts. And then next up is Lex Luger, who's barely able to move, gets in the ring, and he faces off with Gilbert. And Lex Luger gorilla presses him. And you'll never guess what. He slips on Goldust paint and they're both eliminated.
What a callback.
Oh. Al Snow comes in, immediately looking for head under the ring. Completely missing the action in the ring. He gets in and shouts at Kane and Carly, asking what they did with his head. I want head. Carly, without looking at Al Snow, punches him in the face and he falls out of the ring over the top rope. I've completely lost count of how many wrestlers we're at, so I don't know how many people are in this Rumble.
Yeah, I've just been along for the ride.
Yeah. Next up is Jinder Mahal. Enters with his heel persona. And then followed by that is Drew Gulak. who eliminates Jinder Mahal with ease, only to be outmaneuvered by the next entrant, which is Tyson Kidd, who's back, but he's out of practice. So after he eliminates Gulak, he gets eliminated by Kane. Damien Sandow mimics the Miz's entrance. He comes in, and he eliminates Kane.
Whoa.
Kane is still standing looking at Khali, whereas Damien Sandow manages to eliminate Kane. However, he is to be outdone by the next entrant, which is Brad Maddox. Mad Braddox himself. Who everyone had forgot about. He eliminates Sandow with a low blow and tossing over the top rope. Maddox then tries to strut his stuff, but the incoming Dolph Ziggler uses his speed to send him over the top rope. However, Ziggler, is too showy, getting caught by the next entrant, The Miz, who eliminates him and has a smug look towards the camera. So we're down to 2. We're down to The Miz and Khali. And the Khali, to be number 30, and he's barely moved a muscle, is pretty impressive.
Sounds like his body of work.
Khali stands looking at The Miz. Khali makes one attempt to walk towards The Miz, but he trips over his own feet due to all that inactivity and falls out of the ring, leaving The Miz as the winner of the worst Royal Rumble ever. leaving the fans in disgust at the display of what they've just seen.
Well, at least Khali didn't win.
Well, there you go. It could have been worse, but yeah, The Miz is the winner.
Well,
so that's A.I Jeff's. That's not bad from an AI, is it? Yeah.
Oh, well, it was meant to be bad, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So that's A.I Jeff's. Right, okay. Here's my one. So I gave mine a bit of a setting. So live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, it is the greatest Royal Rumble with Kevin Patrick and Eva Marie on commentary. Really sets the scene, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, number 1, the Great Khali. I mean, it had to be. I mean, come on. Great Khali's in the ring. Number 2 is Malachi Black. Okay. His return to WWE. Immediately, Khali chops him down and throws him out. So, it's a great return. Number 3, 4, and 5. Bron Breakker, Roman Reigns, and Gunther. All immediately eliminated by Khali after one chop.
Brilliant.
The next few entrants are as follows. Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Spike Dudley, and the Brooklyn Brawler. This field stays in a while until the next entrant is Brodus Clay, followed by Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly, and then Elton Prince of Pretty Deadly. Suddenly, everyone in the ring bursts into dance. While this is happening, they all eliminate the next few contestants, the likes of Randy Orton, a debuting MJF, and a debuting Will Ospreay. And then they continue their dance after these jobbers have been removed. We're at number 20. The Big Show enters. And the 3 big men in the fight all eliminate all the jobbers and have the worst 90-second wrestling match ever. And Khali eliminates Brodus Clay, leaving Big Show and Khali in the ring. Number 21 is Michael Cole, who's turned heel again, and he baits the Saudi crowd who are silent. He runs around the ring and trying to avoid Khali and the others for 90 seconds before number 22 is Jerry the King Lawler. The two pairs stare at each other down as if it's Rock versus Hogan, and they engage in a terrible brawl. Number 23 to 26 are more undercard talent like Apollo Crews, Eddie Thorpe, and Miles Bourne. Michael Cole gorilla presses Apollo Crews over the top rope as Khali pins all the others in the corner with one hand. Number 27 is Jelly Roll, who sings his way down the ramp and buries the NXT talent while high-fiving Big Show and Great Khali as the three of them dump Cole and Lawler over the top rope. Big Show then turns babyface for a record 206th time as he eliminates Jelly Roll and faces off with Khali. Number 28 is John Cena, and number 29 is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn gets pummeled by Khali as Cena and Big Show trade headlocks. Sami Zayn is instantly dumped out by the Great Khali. John Cena eliminates the Big Show. At number 30 is the return of Daniel Bryan for the first and only pop of the night. Bryan immediately eliminates John Cena, and we're down to 2. We're down to the Great Khali and Daniel Bryan. As Carly pummels Bryan with a chop, they have an interminable 20-minute 1v1 match, which gives Carly the Rumble record of 1 hour and 22 minutes. A last gasp effort from Bryan sees him grab a chair and hit Carly until Carly falls over the top rope, and Daniel Bryan has won the Rumble. As the stadium is chanting, yes, 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 a horrible text message sound fills the arena as Michael Cole, battered and bruised, appears at ringside with a podium and a microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the return of the anonymous general manager, who is here to announce that this Royal Rumble is not over and that this is the first ever 31-man Royal Rumble. Bryan looks shocked in the ring as Hornswoggle appears and low blows him, but he is not the 31st man. Suddenly, Real American fills the stadium as Hulk Hogan makes his way to the ring. He picks up Bryan, throws him out, and is declared the winner. But wait, there's more. The anonymous general manager announces that the current champion, Ilya Dragunov, has been forced to retire after the Great Khali tripped on him backstage, and Hulk Hogan has been awarded the vacant WWE champion.
Oh, amazing.
Vince McMahon then returns to present Hulk with the title as confetti fills the stadium, and Hogan breaks Bruno Sammartino's record as the longest champion in history.
The longest champion.
Yeah. What was Bruno Sammartino, like 4,000 days or something?
Something ridiculous. I don't know exactly.
So there we have it. There is my worst Royal Rumble ever.
Well, I really accelerated in shyness at the end.
Yeah, it kind of went from like a steady 30 miles per hour to like 100 in the final bit.
Yeah, no remorse.
Yeah, and I know as soon as I said Daniel Bryan won, you must have been thinking, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That's too good to be true.
Surely not.
Yeah, but there we have it. There's our worst Royal Rumbles ever. Let us know your worst Royal Rumbles ever. Let us know in the comments which one you thought would be the worst received Rumble in history. I'm actually quite annoyed because we're recording this the day after WWE announced that there would be a Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and I wrote this before Christmas. So I don't know whether I've kind of just prophesied something horrible. If what I've done here takes place in 2026, I will.
It's the only way of saving it.
I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it? I'd happily watch that. Ironically. Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back soon for more content. I guess. I think that's it for our Rumble antics. We've done 2 of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.